Well, hello again, and welcome back to Flannel Dan Gamings. Tonight we're jumping into Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, a beautiful and wonderful game. We are breaking into the castle. As you can see in front of us on the pause screen is the little wall we need to break down to enter and be all sneaky smash people, and we've saved here. So let's see if we can do this first run. We do have maps, which we're going to study here in just a moment. Also, yeah, having a good day. Sorry about being a little bit late. I realized, like, after I started, I was like, oh, I want coffee. And then, like, yeah, that took longer than I was expecting. All right, let's get into it. Remember to like, subscribe, turn on the bell. And if you're feeling frisky and froggy, go ahead and hit that join button. Join the flannel crew. There's a few of us, but we're good. Yeah, sip of coffee. Hold on. let's get into it. So, we've saved. We are awesome. We are already pretty stealthy. Like, this isn't great, but being under, like, noise 30, visibility 30, that's kind of the sweet spot. Like, I think we can we minimize this a little more? Yeah, but that visibility goes up. And we show those man spots. Do we still have our scar? Look at our cool scar. That's where we got shot with an arrow. Can't get horse. Yeah. We might stumble upon a better shirt. We need a good shirt for being all stealthy. But this is as good as I got right now. Yeah. We don't have any jewelry on. That stuff doesn't matter. The weapons don't matter. The weapon should definitely make noise, though. That should hurt, but hopefully that's a future update. Other than that, we have all our armor in our inventory, just for poops and giggles if we do, for whatever reason, need it. Yeah. All right. Let's try to do this. Let's go into our books. We should have the maps. Here's one. So, here's somebody. Enter in the bottom. There's nothing really, so we'll take the stairs to the second floor. Enter in, and then we have a staircase up to the third. The bottom is a kitchen. I really want to get to the third and fourth floor. Those are where I think our inter fun is gonna be. We'll find fun. Then this one, the fort map. This is an actual fort. So we have like the armory. Yeah. So this is the wall we're gonna smash, and then we get to choose which like staircase we want to go up. Probably the second. I don't think we want to go to the armory for anything, but we'll see what happens. Yeah. The first one, it's not really a great idea. Okay. Turn off that light. Let's pull down the wall. Ooh, we have like a nice...
This is going to take a while.
Stone by stone, you carefully pull apart the wall. Trespassing. Din, 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 din. Oh, okay.
And Ruthard and Liechtenstein are turning the Kuttenberg houses against us.
Bavag will deal with Ruthard. But Liechtenstein is your concern. How come you haven't caught him yet?
He's slippery as an eel. He's hiding somewhere in the Jewish quarter. I sent spies to track him down, but they never came back.
Flush him out of that hole of his. For fuck's sake!
Why such concern, Otto?
Oh, this mother effer's here? Oh, this is bad.
Gutenberg is ours. Sigismund has the reins firmly in his hands.
He's got fuck all in his hands. Sigismund thought at first he'd come to terms with his brother Wenceslas, clear the way for him to the imperial throne, and take the Bohemian throne for himself. But Wenceslas couldn't even get off his drunken ass and go to Rome for the coronation. And now, the glorious Hungarian king has fallen for Jobst and his damned truce. He's been taken in by that treacherous turncoat.
Jobst betrayed Wenceslas. Then Sigismund. And now us. He fooled all of us. But what can he really do against us?
I'll tell you what. While pretending to parley, he incensed the Hungarian nobles against Sigismund.
Surely Sigismund's army can deal with that inconvenience.
Ha! He was paying his Cumans by letting them pillage Bohemia. He set half the people against him in the country he wants to rule. And now, there is nothing left to plunder. While we are shuffling our feet here, Jobst is surely mustering an army.
What are we going to do?
We've got Cabon. That'll keep Hanush and the Lipa people at bay. If they ever want to see their heir alive.
We'll put a change to that.
Jobst has Liechtenstein mustering other allies for him. We get him in our grasp, and Jobst will be like a fish out of water in Bohemia.
I'll drag him out of that Jewish den with my own 2 hands. Count on me, sir.
The betrayers of Christ, hiding a betrayer. They are rich. All that's needed is a good pretext.
The Kuttenbergers will be quite happy if their debts to those usurers happen to go up in smoke.
Yeah.
You're learning fast, young man.
The gate open. A horseman, sir!
Hanush is out of the game. The Kuttenbergers are taken care of, and we'll catch Liechtenstein. You'll see, my friend. Good times are coming.
Your Graces, King Sigismund is convening the town council, but first he requests your presence at the Sedlitz monastery, without delay.
What's all the urgency about?
Surely you must know that yourself, sir. The captives fled Trotsky Castle and killed Istvan Toth while escaping.
What?
Oh. Oh no.
That's not possible. That's a lie.
It is true, Lord Toth is dead.
Aw. He broke his itty bitty heart. He's gonna kill the dog.
Who? Speak! The messenger said something about Cobbler's bastard and some outlaws.
I swear, by everything that is holy, I will find that whoreson, and I will rip out his heart!
Uh-oh. Poor dog.
Jesus. What's with that boy?
Sir Istvan was like a father to him. You better go. Bring the horses!
Poor
Shame
dog.
about that dog.
God damn. Demonetized for animal cruelty.
Luck was on my side. Now to find Capon and get out of here.
Okay, where are we? And why are we over here?
A small escort with him, so the garrison is slightly weakened now. So, be extra alert on your watch. If I find anybody slacking off, they'll get the whip.
You've got it, Conrad.
Jeppel, I'll send Hyman to the gate. You'll be in charge of the southern and eastern fortifications. Won't forget to take food to gave her the keys so I wouldn't have to fuck around with it myself. Don't worry, it's already taken care of.
Should have looted that guard. I'm stupid. I got my window open, but I can't see my screen. Ah, there we go. Oh god, that's so much better. Keys. Yes. That's why keys. I don't know where I am. Okay, they're coming down here.
I feel a little sorry for her. with nobody taking her seriously around here. She's some third-rate daughter of some lord from who knows where, so she was actually quite lucky that old Otto took a liking to her. The thing is, everybody knows where she comes from and treats her accordingly.
Bloody hell! Old Otto? He'd have you whipped.
Yo, what's up, Cornish Bees? Good morning. Okay, got her book. Ooh. Let's go ahead and save the game. I don't know if I'll get this. 8 inches of snow today. Dang. We were just admiring the blossoms on the peach trees and talking about what's next. Should be able to maybe do that. You standing there is not really fair. Really? Alright, let's see if this goes well.
Now you're gonna get it!
It's about as smooth as I can make that go. Better pants, yay. Less armor, but just better for this stealthiness stuff. Gotta find Sir Hans. take all the dried stuff. Away from the saddle. Isn't that? That looks important. Really? It's just a medicine cabinet? Alright, fair enough. I feel like maybe I didn't go all the way up. I definitely went all the way up. There was a woman speaking, but I never saw her. Oh shit.
There must be some clues here somewhere. Huh. If someone was trying to break in, I scared them off.
Oh my god, there's a guy right there.
Huh? Strange. I'll get you!
Punishment by the blade. I've been waiting for that.
I don't know if I can take care of these guys.
My God! Over here! I'll take that. Don't think I will cut you to pieces. Show what
Oh
you're made of.
shoot, that crossbow! I might be able to take on the whole garrison here, actually.
Now you're gonna die.
It doesn't say it's... Okay.
What is happening? Who are you?
Quiet. If you make a peep, we're done for.
Henry?
Hell yeah.
Good God, Henry. What are you doing here?
What do you think I'm doing? Hunting boar? Came to save your noble arse.
My noble arse thanks you. Well, how did you get here?
I'll tell you later. Who's this?
Vauquelin-Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo. At your service.
Brabant led the defense at Kuttenberg. He's Sigismund's prisoner, same as me.
And I came very close to holding the town. Besides...
But there's no time for chit-chat. He's our ally. We can't leave him behind. Right, no doubt you've got a cunning plan for us to get out of here, right? Well, let's hear it.
Okay.
Of course I have a plan.
No, it wasn't much.
Listen, I got to the fortress through a secret passageway that old Ruthard told me about. Von Burgov knows nothing about it.
C'est magnifique. Very cunning.
They know in the fortress now that something's up, but we can handle it. We're lucky von Burgov left the fortress along with von Aulitz and some of the garrison. So I'll take you to that passageway, and we'll get out of here. We'll get to the forest not far from here. I'll have some horses ready there. We'll be gone before you can say the Lord's Prayer.
Formidable. I call that an elegant plan. I myself had to sneak like that once during the siege of Arezzo. So, what are we waiting for? On y va?
Wait. A passageway, you say? A dark, narrow passageway?
Well, it's just a passageway. There's a bit of water in it to wade through, but nothing we can't handle.
You can forget about it. I'm not going through any passageway.
What?
Let me repeat. No passageway for me. It's not the chivalrous way.
It is not chivalrous, c'est vrai, but in our situation, it is more than delicious.
Fuck chivalry now. That passageway is the only chance we have of getting out of here alive.
Well, in my opinion...
Fuck your opinions. No. Just no. I mean, we'll all suffocate in that passageway. Or it'll fall on our heads.
What's gonna fall on us, damn it? If I got in that way, we can get out, too. It's completely safe. So stop acting like a madman and let's go.
I
Claustrophobic.
can't do it. I'm afraid of small, dark spaces. Ever since that tower fell on me in Nabokov, and I was stuck under the ruins, I can't. I just can't. I'm sorry, Henry. There has to be another way.
Have you come up with some ingenious plan for getting out of here? If so, I'd really like to hear it.
What do I know? We could maybe break down the gate.
Un moment. Henri? You said that von Bergov left. Is that not so?
Yes.
And what about horses? Are there any horses left here?
I think there's a couple, yeah. In the lower courtyard.
Très bien. That will be enough. We just have to get to them. But I think we could get there stealthily. It is not far from the tower to the stables. Then you simply open the gate, et voila, we are gone! Just like I escaped when surrounded by that English dog John Oakwood. It may not be the best plan. It was not back then either. But we simply had no other choice.
That's a wonderful plan. No passageways. But we need some weapons.
Exactement. To have a proper piece of steel in my hand again. Preferably Milanese, although I would be satisfied with something local.
Yeah, I don't have any weapons.
Damn it, Henry. Stop fooling around and give me some weapon.
Well, I don't have anything for you. Maybe we'll find something later.
I certainly hope so.
Merde. Our plan is starting to fall apart.
I don't have fucking weapons for you guys. I'm sorry.
I'll go ahead and scout it out. When there's a suitable moment, I'll let you know and you can head out.
And how will you let us know?
Well, the stables can be seen from the entrance hall. If you signal us with a torch from next to the horses, we'll head towards you.
Agreed. Good idea. Wait for my light.
But you must be absolutely certain that the way is clear. If you have any doubt, do not risk our lives. Better to come back to us, and we shall go together.
True. And if we don't hear from you or see your signal for a long time, we'll try to make it on our own.
Précisément. We cannot sit here forever.
Right. Got it. I'm off.
Brabant, keep watch by the stairway. I'll go to the window and wait for Henry's signal.
I think it would be better if you watch the stairs.
Why's that?
You are young. You have better.
Once discovered,
I discovered them because I smelled them from a distance. You see, les Anglais stink to high heaven.
you better hope von Bergov's men stink like rotten fish.
Eh bien, I will watch the stairs if Monsieur le Chapon so insists.
Yeah, I don't have any weapons for them.
I have some steel for you.
Très bien, give it to me.
You can have the military sword.
Now, I will show you what a cavalier Vauclin-Brabant is. Aux armes!
I don't know what that means.
I have a weapon for you.
Finally. Thanks, Henry.
Did I get the book? Yes, I got the book. Okay, so they made that door easier to break into. Let's see. Almost full health. Oi.
I must be mad. What? Oh, it was nothing.
Slap my armor on and frickin' kill these guys.
Bit chilly. I must be mad.
You won't get away with it, you bastard!
I'll beat you to a bloody... I'm all yours!
I need to move away from that crossbow. Oh god.
You won't surrender? Don't think I won't catch you down! Can't get a shot in. You want to try me? Now you'll see what we do with criminals, bastard! Come on, then! Come on, then!
Can I put a bandage on before I bleed out to death? Yes, I can.
You're a dead man!
Okay. I like these bolts. I'll take those. You know, screw this. I'm putting my frickin' armor on. We're done with the stealth. These wounding bolts are cool. feel like Leonidas stacking the bodies so tall they can't get to me. Alright, we need a potion. A strong potion would be advantageous for us at the moment. That'll help. I love how it's robbing even though they're technically enemy soldiers. What's up with these guys being such cheats? Guessing this is the armory. We can wash ourselves, get a little bit of health back. Says we're still under attack, but, Who? Who art thou attacking me? It says I'm engaged in combat. This is where I came in. Okay. Can butcher the dog. Not sure why I would. Okay.
Not yet. First, I have to get Sir Hans to the horses. Well, that's that. Now I just need to wait for Capon. Lord Jesus Christ, stand by our side.
Hopefully they didn't forget something back at home. Huzzah. We've got Capon back. Yay. We've done it. We've beaten the odds.
I must admit, mes amis, the last time I have had such a suspense was when I was rescuing the King of France.
Oui, monsieur, we're surely brave. And fortune favors the brave. Free at last!
Whack, gets hit with an arrow.
Thank you for coming for me, Henry. You're a great friend. The best I could wish for.
After today, you may also count me among your friends. I, Vauquelin Brabant, chevalier, aventurier et voyageur. I'm at your service, mon brave Henri. And I have an excellent idea. In your
God,
honor,
I can't listen to this
shall name my
Frenchie.
new horse after you.
Pleased to meet you, Sir Vacula.
My name is Vauquelin.
Vacula?
Vauquelin. Vauquelin.
Vauquelin... would you mind if I just call you Brabber?
Brabant. En.
Brabant?
Que peut-on y faire? It will have to do. Do not concern yourself, mon ami. Clearly, you are not tenant in any art or conversation. But at least you have courage and other skills. You carried out the entire operation truly brilliantly. I could not have done it much better myself. And look, mon ami, how the fresh air suits Monsieur Chapon. He has finally stopped drawing in self-pity.
What self-pity, damn it? I was locked up for days in a tiny stinking room.
Ah, come now, mon cher. Luck was simply not on your side for once. That is all. Now we are finally free. The time has come for grand deeds. I did not waste my time in captivity. I fought everything over diligently. Listen.
Please, I'd prefer not to.
What's troubling you, Sir Hans?
What do you think? It all turned to shit again, and I ended up in captivity. I'm thankful at least that Hanush won't have to pay von Bergov a ransom for me. I'd never live that down. But I'll still have to listen to another lecture from him about how useless I am. Or do you have a different feeling about our Trotsky mission?
True. Not everything went according to plan. Actually, almost nothing went to plan. But at least I finally got revenge on Istvan. That Horson got what he deserved. Believe me.
My Christ, you got Istvan! That's welcome news. No one will miss that fucker. Nice work, but I don't think that'll help me much with Hanush.
At least we know now that von Bergov was just hoodwinking us, and has no intention of standing against Sigismund.
That is for sure. And you certainly outsmarted him in the end. I will bet that Sigismund will scold him more than Hanush would Chapon. Mes amis, nous sommes libres. We are free. That is an opportunity we must seize. I still
hate
have
that he,
enough
like,
tricks up my
rhymes.
sleeve that I will perform for Sigismund now.
But first, I'd need to get good and drunk.
C'est facile. I know how it can be arranged. There is one very pretty vineyard nearby. The owner has been my friend since the time I...
Don't start.
How about we just go back
Christ,
to the level's
wow.
done?
Such destruction and havoc.
War. Monsieur Chapon, you have yet to participate in a real battle. But I fought against les Valaques at Naples, and les Anglais in Bourgogne. And that is how war looks, whether in Italy or La Bohème. It is always the same.
That's not war. It's barbarism. What value did this village have?
Eh bien, I would estimate 5 courtyards. Annual revenues could be perhaps, several hundred groschen.
That's not what I meant, Bacalian. No fortress. Maybe one fortified courtyard. Practically insignificant militarily. That's not how war should be fought. This is unjust.
Do not give way to sentimentality, monsieur. A village could harbor spies and saboteurs or supply the enemy, and destroying enemy assets is an effective tool of war. Wars are not decided only battles. There are not even many of those. To strike in the rear, make the enemy lose and bleed. That is how most conflicts are fought. However, wait a year or two, the village will be settled. The population will increase again. That is how it always happens.
But we're the nobility. Our task is to lessen the chances of such things happening.
You're right, Hans. We must find allies and put a stop to it as soon as possible, so we can save as much as we can.
Yes, but we failed in Trotsky. And now this is our punishment.
I see that short captivity has turned you into a philosopher, Lord Capon. You should apply to the Faculty of Arts before the muse lifts you again.
Yeah!
I am not doing any side missions for that French guy. I cannot listen to that. Flee. Nope, come on.
Of all the bandits in the whole wide world, we run into this pair of scoundrels.
I fucked everything up.
Oh, get up, lad. Everyone makes mistakes. Only a better man owns up to them. At least we know now what kind of vermin we're dealing with.
What brings you here? We just escaped from Malashov, and right now
There's no time for haste. One thing at a time, my boy.
Yeah, give him the sword back.
Word reached Ratai that you pair got yourselves into a nice mess. I'm glad to see you both in one piece. So, let's hear it. What happened?
It's best if Henry tells you. I wasn't around for half of it.
You throw him under the bus. I'm not going to.
no sooner had we spied Trotsky on the horizon than everything started to go to hell. We made camp by a pond with the intention of heading for the castle at first light, only we were ambushed by bandits in the evening. They killed all our men and took everything they could carry, including the letter for von Berghoff.
And how did you two manage to get out alive?
Just by a stroke of good luck. We were both in a bad way. We might not have made it if a local herb woman hadn't taken care of us.
Only after that, we couldn't get into the castle, though. We looked like a pair of beggars.
And the bastards treated us as such.
But you did get into Trotsky in the end, didn't you?
Von Berghoff was behaving oddly right from the start. But we had no idea what was behind it. It all came out after we set out with von Berghoff's men to deal with the bandits who were rampaging in his domain. The same ones who attacked us at the start.
Only they ambushed us and took me and Henry captive for ransom.
But it turned out these very outlaws are on our side. They're fighting for King Wenceslas on the orders of Sokol of Lamberg.
Well, I'll be damned.
So von Berghoff has been the real enemy all this time. And Zhishka is actually our ally.
Zhishka. He's the captain of those outlaws. That name doesn't ring a bell.
I think you'll meet him soon enough.
What impression did he make on you?
He's quite a character, but he helped us. I like that one. I don't know if he's a great man.
He's some impoverished yeoman. But he's handy in a battle, and he helped us when we needed it.
He made quite an impression on me, for one. I'll be happy to see him again. But if only it didn't have to be in Rabosh. Why Rabosh?
Why is
Of
this
all the
cutscene
places in the
broken?
world.
We're riding to a gathering of King Wenceslas's supporters. If fortune favors us, the future fate of the kingdom will be decided there.
If we keep standing around here gabbing about it, it'll be decided without us.
Patience, my friend. This pair have just returned from the clutches of the enemy. No doubt they have something to tell us.
Like how in the devil did you manage to escape?
I was helped by the Ruthard family, the former rulers of Malashov, in exchange for dealing with some trouble they had with Ulrich of Raditz.
Ulrich Vavak? But he's the Mint Master.
Well, he won't be for long, if it comes to light that he's been putting his sticky fingers on the royal silver.
It seems you've been pretty busy.
But don't forget to say what you found out from von Bergov in Malashov.
Sigismund has convened the city council. Markvart von Aulitz will be there with him, too. The word is, Sigismund is going to make an important announcement there.
He picked a nice time for it. But at least he won't be sticking his nose into what's going on around.
Now, if we had one of our people at that assembly, we'd get Sigismund's plans nice and fresh. Straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak.
My very words. And I know exactly who to send. Young Lord Capon will go with us to Rabosh, but you'll have to return to the city right away, and try to worm your way into the town hall.
What? How can I get in there? I can't just walk in off the street.
You've got the dirt on Vavak, and you don't know how to use it? Just tell him either he gets you into the council chamber, or you get him on the gallows.
It's worth a try, right?
I hope that assembly really is important. If Sigismund is just going to announce an increase in taxes, there's not much point in my being there.
Well, at least you can enjoy watching the long faces of the councillors when they hear it. And don't worry, I'll eat and drink in Rabosh on your behalf.
If I come back and find you there under lock and key again, I'll leave you to rot.
Take it. I will go as well, and I will not let your friend out of my sight.
Hans? Who's this?
Vaclin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo, at your service.
He was a captive of Lord von Bergov's, like me. He defended Kuttenberg against Sigismund.
In that case, he'll be a welcome guest at Rabosh.
You don't know what you're promising, Baron. Watching Sir Hans is a job and a half.
The main thing is to watch out for yourself, Henry. As soon as you can do so without raising suspicion, come and join us.
He'll manage it, but now we really need to hit the road.
Safe travel, Henry.
Adieu et bonne chance.
And to you.
Why don't I give him the sword?
Hopefully we'll meet soon.
I need to give him the sword. That's not right. We should be, like, getting off the horse and being like, Father.
I ought to go and see Rosa when I'm in town. No doubt she'd like to know how it went with that book.
Ugh, disgusting horse. Get away from me. No. I want to read what the book is, actually. Can't read it here. Why? Maybe while I'm on a horse? There we go. That's funny. Elders. A father says to his son at his wedding, "Remember, son, that a newly wedded woman loves well and cooks badly. But wait a few years and it will just be the opposite." That's funny. So what do you call a woman who knows exactly where her husband is every night? A widow. Jesus. All right. I just love that they had to find somebody to write this. It's all about charm. There we go. Alright. So we have her book now. So we can go back. What we got going on here? Do we have anything at the Dry Devil? No? Nothing? Really? We can go see Rosa. Let's go see Rosa. We have her book. Scent of an ambush. Right up to them.
Hey, unless you want to end up the same way, keep going. I'll get you! I'm all yours! Show your stuff! Useless! You fucker!
Yeah, that didn't work well for you. You met a very, very bad ending. I'm sorry. You guys are terrible people. Take the gauntlet. I don't need any more wounding arrows. We have enough as it is. Horse. Why are you being all sneaky? Probably go to the Dry Devil and save? Nah, we'll go back. We'll see Rosa. Give her her book. See where that leads. I like Rosa's character. I think she's going to be an absolute badass. No, we don't need to stop and sleep. Carry on my wayward son. Yeah. I hope she joins the resistance. Like, there's a person on the picture who has a crossbow, and I think it's Rosa, but I'm not sure. Alright. So, Rosa's down here.
Easy. Easy.
Easy.
Nice and slow.
I'm all covered in blood. I need to get cleaned up, actually. Whoa. Can't just go in there all willy-nilly, all disgusting. Also gets our health up a little bit, which is nice. It's an angry horse. Well, he's growling like a goddamn pissed off mountain lion.
Swordsman's fraternity will soon start the city. Are you blind?
Yep. Love this tune. I gotta go thank her father too for allowing us to absolutely kick ass.
Lovely morning, isn't
Hi,
it?
I have a book for you.
By the way, like you were saying about that book,
My favourite book. Pray tell, did you find it?
as I wandered through the fortress, I stumbled upon von Burgov's chambers, and there it lay. Red leather, gold inlay, just as you said.
You really found it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. By the way, did you have any time to leaf through it and see what it's about?
I read a bit of it.
What did you think?
Well, the author doesn't spare anyone. I wonder if he holds anything at all sacred.
Sure he does. Courage, honor, loyalty. But others have already written enough about those. A writer is interested in what lies beneath the gilded veneer of orderliness and piety, because it's much more interesting.
Hold on. Who wrote this then?
I did. Look, you've never thought about writing something.
Me? And what would I write?
How should I know? Poetry, a novel, a treatise, or a whole book?
I hate that the guy's standing there and ruining the conversation. It never occurred to me. It never occurred to me.
I've been through quite a bit, but I never thought of writing it down.
Wouldn't you want to at least give it a try?
I suppose I'm not quite sure where you're going with this.
There are still a few blank pages left, so we could finish writing it together. You and me. What do you think?
It sounds great. That sounds cool. I like her writing style, so maybe she can write something funny.
That sounds great.
We'll have plenty of light and privacy in my chambers. Will you escort me?
Sure.
My pleasure.
How should I start?
You haven't thought of anything yet?
Now, I have many ideas, but we must contribute in equal part.
Both?
Okay.
Well, fine. What should I do?
Just tell me what you'd like to read about. A tale of a man or a woman? I'll take careful notes of everything.
I'd like to tell a story about a man.
Well, being a man myself, a man, I suppose.
Why not? And what kind of a man is he?
You mean I have to think up a name?
You don't need to, but try to describe him so I can better imagine him. With a single word, even.
I'm gonna try to describe my father the blacksmith father.
There've already been enough heroes, saints, kings, and martyrs. So an ordinary person.
That's 2 words, but I'll forgive you. And do you want it to be an ordinary villain or an ordinary do-gooder?
A do-gooder.
Make him a do-gooder. But he can also have some bad traits to make it believable.
Very well. And what kind?
Oh god, fancy words. Flapulency. Ferocity. Philosophy.
He could make fun of people, but not know when to stop. I know many people with the same bad habit.
Sure, why not? But in the end, his jesting should save him from punishment. So it ends well. I like those stories best anyways. Well, just about finished.
Well, let's have a look.
Not yet. Something's missing.
What?
A picture. I don't trust myself with proper illumination, but I think I can handle a sketch. Especially if you'll be my model.
What? And what on earth do I have to do?
Have you ever seen a heron? Imitate one.
A heron? Well, maybe like this?
Okay.
Well, now we're done.
Oh, finally. I'm sore all over.
Your suffering is over. Come take a look at what we've done. Your reward.
I would love to read this. Okay. About a one-legged heron. Once upon a time, there was a cook. Oh. His name was Utzberg. One afternoon, he was preparing his master a heron for supper. Sinner. The bird was already roasted, and he cooked the cutting of the flesh. Okay. I'm not giving you anything, he protested. That's a heron for our master. What? Give me a thigh. Would you give me a thigh? I'll not give you anything. That heron is for our master. If you're so stingy, I'll also be tonight. The maid, the cook, his mother gave the girl a heron leg and but his master immediately noticed that the bird was missing one leg. He called back to explain. The heron's just one leg and therefore one thigh. He's saying, cook, do you take me for a fool, the master? It's... Herons are sleeping on the bank. Their heads are tucked underneath their wings. They actually stand on one leg. So you see, sir, one bird, one leg. The cook pointed triumphantly. The judgment does not accept. Shoo, until all the herons flew into the sky. Clearly, they both saw they had two legs, like away from another bird. Should have yelled, shoo. The other leg would have grown. Huh. Okay. That's kind of funny.
So what about that story of ours? Tell me your impressions.
That's nice. A bit didactic, but not to the point of boring moral bludgeoning. And that's the way it should be. Sermons for ordinary people work in a similar way. They entertain and encourage,
with a few lessons added in between.
You see, when I lead mass one of these days, I'll certainly think of you. And what about the sketch? For such a slapdash job, it's not bad, right?
Oh, it's pretty, really. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
I know I'm no master illuminator, but otherwise, I think we can be quite satisfied. And thank you for the help. I really enjoyed it.
Well, so did I. And for that matter, you're an interesting girl, and I'd like to get to know you a little better.
No beating around the bush. How about that? Please do stop by sometime. I wager it will be enlightening for both of us. Perhaps I can show you my collection of hunting trophies.
Oh my god, I'm in love. You have hunting trophies?
You said you could teach me something. What did you have in mind?
If you ask nicely, I'll share some of my hard-earned wisdom with you.
Very well then, Lady Know-It-All. Let's say then I come on bended knee. What scholarship can you pass on to me?
That depends on what you're interested in. There's a whole world hidden inside of books I could talk to you about for days on end. Or if you prefer actions instead of words, I can show you a few shooting tricks. But I warn you in advance that it will not come free. After all, there's nothing more valuable than scholarship. So, what would you like?
I'd like you to show me some archery tricks. You shoot like a... well, a wild woman.
I prefer the term Amazon.
Will you teach me?
Listen closely, so I don't have to repeat myself.
That was nice. I like that we got to write a book and stuff. That's pretty cool.
And maybe next time I'll even fight. I've been taking lessons at the deck. What am I supposed to do then?
That was cool. Nice little backstory to everything. Getting to know her better. That's cool. No, I just thought it was cool that she said hunting trophies. I thought that was kind of funny. Alright, I said come back later. What is this? I don't want to do that. He's next. Let's just wait around a little bit and be that creepy person who sits outside. Let's wait till evening. And we will talk to her again. I like her character. I like how she's not your typical lady. She's intelligent, but also hunting and stuff. And yeah, I thought it was funny. I think she's witty. That was really weird with the shadows. That's so pretty. Look at that. Stunning. Not you, dog. You can get out of the picture.
God be with you.
You too. Always. Maybe she meant tomorrow. Teach me. No. Okay. Alright, cool. So she's just a character who will teach. That's cool too. Oh, yeah, but my character Henry likes books. He likes learning. That's why he reads books constantly to learn. And go talk to this guy.
Easy.
No, Henry is a unique case where he went out of his way to learn to read for the sake of being able to read books.
I'm sorry.
Horse, come here. Am I supposed to talk to you?
I'm going to see the Mint Master. May I enter?
Any fool could say that. What do you want from him?
Don't delay me. I'm in a hurry.
Suit yourself. But I'm warning you, if you give that kind of lip to Sir Ulrich, you'll be coming out through the door head first.
Challenge accepted. Oh, hi there, feller. I am here to speak to you.
Glad to see you again.
You have the gall to show me your face again? I'll call the guards.
Hold your horses. I'll come in peace. Actually, I have a little offer for you.
You've come to blackmail me again?
Call it what you like. I need to get into the City Council Assembly. And I reckon you can help me.
The Assembly? The one King Sigismund is supposed to attend in person?
No, Sigismund's just a usurper. Wenceslas is the only true Bohemian king.
Singing Ruthard's song, eh? I might have known. Speak then. What do you want? And tell the truth.
That's none of your concern.
Oh, really? Then about face and go back where you came from.
Have you forgotten I have you over a barrel? If you want to keep your position and your head on your shoulders, you better shape up.
All right, all right. Maybe we can make a deal. If I get you into the council, you'll behave appropriately and you won't betray yourself, or especially me. And that will be the end of our business together.
I must have misheard you. Our business will be over when I say it is, not before. So pull your head out your ass and see to getting me into that assembly.
All right, Jesus. No need to lose your temper. You can get into the council assembly relatively easily. My cook's son will be serving there. He's roughly around your age. Maybe he can be persuaded to let you stand in for him. Although, not everyone would want to give up an opportunity to serve the King of Hungary.
Oh my god, can I poison him and kill him? Please let me poison him and kill him.
Who's this boy?
Franta's his name. Franta Cooldown. He's an idler and a boozer, but he's proved his worth as a waiter. Which reminds me, you'll need his letter of permission to serve in the council. Otherwise, you won't be let inside.
Dude, I could like wipe out all of the traitors in one freaking swoop.
What will I need to work as a waiter there?
Fast feet and good manners. And the livery of a royal waiter.
Excuse me?
Do you think you can serve the king in a torn shirt and muddy hose?
Well, no. But I never heard about any livery before.
Our usual waiter had a brand new livery made specially for meeting the king. Don't even show up there without it.
Where can I find the cook's boy?
He's supposed to pick up his new clothes at the market today from Master Tailor Schneider. You'll almost certainly run into him there. That is, if he's up and about after his boozing bout. I swear that fellow practically lives at that Tin Hen.
At the what?
That German alehouse, the Iron Eagle. That is Zum Eisernen Adler.
What would work on him? How can I persuade him to give me his job?
Would you like me to give you a letter for him? I told you how to get to the assembly. Now do your part.
I'll be going then. See you at the council.
Just make sure we both come out of it alive.
Debatable. Told you he'd want to talk to me.
Oh, excuse me.
Greetings.
I'm sorry.
Ugh. I better not forget about that council assembly.
What the hell is this on about?
God grant you help.
I wouldn't want to embarrass himself.
I'm telling you, Conrad's going to win the tournament.
And I'm telling you, he doesn't stand a chance.
He's always like a master.
Bishop? Something starting with the...
God be with you.
Goodbye.
I'm sorry.
Let's go into the Devil's Noose and try to get ourselves a room. I guess we could probably go up to this place and get the certificate. I'm not sure what tailor is here. I haven't unlocked any tailors. Are there tailors over here?
You shouldn't be walking around without a light.
Sorry.
Or the tip of his nose, so we don't stick it where it don't belong.
Careful.
You be careful.
God bless.
Wouldn't it be better to not...
Alpharon! Right now! I saw a
We have a
thief
thief here.
breaking a
I
lock.
saw him prying
You
open
must
a lock.
Stop him.
Easy now. I surrender.
Ah, here you. I know. Around here.
All right.
Now show me what you've got.
All right.
Well, well. What? This is obviously stolen. All right. But I don't want to...
Ah, god damn it.
Back off.
Poop. Okay, we don't lose that much. Just a few minutes. Shoot. I didn't realize I had so much stolen stuff on me. Otherwise I would have just been like, nah. Can you teach me stuff? I guess I need to...
You said you...
If you
Very well.
that, or if you prefer, but I will so.
I'd like you... You
I prefer.
Will you teach?
Okay. Learning that. We gotta go talk to Dinglewad again. The frick?
Greetings to you.
Yeah, greetings to you, bud. Okay.
Slowly. Nice and slow.
I forgot we wasted a bunch of time, like, sitting around trying to talk with her again.
Oh.
I apologize.
Mm-hmm. Cheers, bud.
Glad you have. Hold your horse. Actually, you've come. Call it the assembly.
Surely you wouldn't deny me a chance.
Don't try and tell the.
That's none of you.
Oh, really?
Have you forgotten?
All right. If I get and that.
I must have orbit to put.
All right. You can get his revolver. Which remark otherwise?
What
fast? Do you think?
Well,
I
work
is that
at the what?
That jerk. What would
I'll be going.
Just.
Here we go. Easy as pie.
Nasty magic.
Oh, he's actually standing there. Cool.
I'm sorry.
The strongest badge.
The finest work. I nearly left my fingers on them.
Greetings. I'd like to.
Surely you can wait a while. I have a customer here. Here you are. The finest fabric. Intricate work. You won't find the likes anywhere else in this town.
No more than I'd expect after the amount they cost. Thanks. I'll gladly recommend you if anyone asks. And you impatient fella, what was it you wanted?
You must be Franta Cooldown.
I am. And who might you be?
I'm Henry. I heard you're supposed to serve at the City Council Assembly.
I am. What's it to you?
Supposing I took the job on for you. You can put your feet up, fill your belly, and I'll do all the work for you.
Look here. It's not like I'm all that keen on it, but it's well paid. Apart from that, it's a bit of a pain in the arse. Them councillors stuffing their faces and guzzling wine, while I run around like a bugger with pitchers so they don't run dry. Why would you want to stick your nose in there?
Let me put it another way. How much do you want for your place?
Finally, some sensible talk. But it won't come cheap. When I count it all up, new clothes, wages, a backhander to get in there at all, not to mention the coin I'd make in other places if I could say I served the King of Hungary.
Try and look on it as an investment in the future.
What are you blabbering about?
If you forget about the payment, I promise I'll do a great job. If anyone asks, I'll say the great Franta Cooldown taught me. And then people will be jostling to hire you.
And what if I insist that you pay?
Oh, I might accidentally spill wine on His Majesty's shoes.
If that's how you want it. But if I hear a single complaint against my name, I'll find you and deal with you. Got it?
Absolutely.
To begin with, you'll need confirmation that you've worked as a waiter at the council and you're capable of serving even His Majesty. Look here. Do you have any idea what's expected of you? Can you tell different wines apart and that?
Of course. Who do you take me for?
All right. No need to get upset. Show the confirmation to the head butler. Tell him I sent you and think up some good excuse. Clear?
That makes sense.
And you'll need a waiter's livery. I had a brand new one made. Here it is. I look like a prick in it. Hopefully it'll sit better on you. The main thing is, Don't lose it before the assembly, or get it covered in shit.
Thanks. I won't disgrace you, I promise.
You better not.
Come and take your pick.
Who's this guy?
What can I do for you?
You make good stuff, apparently. You have the best. You don't even have anything that good. What the hell's wrong with you? You're an absolute turd muffin. That's pretty good. Thinking stealth. 10 and 7. Take that. I think these are the same pants I got earlier. They're loud though. $31 and $15. Oh, I didn't find those things again. Those pants that were in there. Those pants are better. Bum 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 31.15. Do 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 do. So 26.7. Yeah, okay. So they're just straight up better.
Thank you, sir.
And how does that compare to this? So 16.25. Okay, so it's just straight up better. Cool, cool. Swag. All right, cool. We don't have. We do have jewelry on. Okay.
And come again.
I need to probably fix my stuff. Swag. Okay. Report for duty. Sure. We'll go report for duty.
Sound as a bell. Fruit. Vegetables. I'm looking for something. The best wares on the...
Go ahead and save. Being a little willy-nilly with my saves, but we should probably clean up. I saw a bucket somewhere.
Come and take a look. Quality good.
Clean myself up a little. Don't walk in the mud. Voila! Hello. Well, hello there. I'm not sure if I can't. Yeah, I don't imagine I'm gonna need to be wearing anything fancy. Right? Right. Horse. Do you have the gloves? Gloves? Horse? No? You don't have gloves? I don't have my fancy gloves, which is less than ideal. Not nice pants to be wearing, or shoes.
Franta Cooldown sent me. I'm to stand in for him at the council assembly.
Franta's not coming? What's wrong with him?
He's sick, he's hurt, he's drunk. He's hurt.
He crippled his leg. He can't even stand up. Never mind serve guests.
Is it serious? That's all we need. Having to find a new waiter.
No, it won't come to that. It just looks like a twisted ankle. A few days, and he'll be right as rain.
All right. Well, I suppose we'll just have to manage with you for today. We can't be without a waiter here, when the king himself will need waiting on. So, let's have a look at you. Have you got Franta's certificate?
Sure. Here it is.
Everything's in order. Now, about your livery. You've got a waiter's cap, a tunic you have. Hose are good. You can put your steel aside in front of the council chamber, along with your other stuff. You won't be needing it anyway. You don't want to be dragging a load if you're running around tables. Everything as it should be. Glad to see it, lad. Do you know what your duties are? For an inexperienced greenhorn like you, it'll be a great responsibility.
Well, I'll happily listen to any advice. I wouldn't want to foul things up.
I should certainly hope not. Now listen. A good waiter should stand in a corner, look willing and ready, and not get in anyone's way. In short, behave as if you're not there. But when one of the gentlemen calls for wine, you run and pour it for him on the double. You'll find the pitchers on a table by the door to the chapel. You take one and go to their table and pour for them. White Tokaid or red monastery wine.
White or red, by the door to the chapel. Got it.
But for Councillor Adam of Zarjitz, you must not pour at all. When he drinks, he disrupts and makes trouble. So the assembly has to be interrupted, or otherwise it never reaches an end. We can't allow that to happen in the presence of the king.
All right. Sir Adam of Zarjitz stays dry.
And if the king himself wants wine, you pour for him with lowered eyes. Don't look at him. And the most important thing?
To stay in the background and keep quiet until someone asks me something?
Correct. The councillors have a lot to discuss, and they certainly don't need any interruptions. And in general, a good waiter has to be invisible, blind, and deaf.
Oh? I thought I had to keep my ears pricked.
Well, yes, but only to what anyone wants from you. No excuses, and provide everything that anyone wants from you.
Oh, goodness.
Understood?
Absolutely. I'm a waiter, after all. Not some street gossip monger.
Correct. And if you manage not to botch it up, you can even rise on the social ladder. Not just anyone can serve the King of Hungary, but you'll manage it, right?
I need a moment.
I've got something I have to do.
Something more important than the assembly of the... If you need to go...
My horse. Horse, can you hold on? So they're gonna take all my stuff. I imagine I need to get it back, so... Alright, screw it.
Here I am.
Let's have a look. You've got a chip. You can put your steel... You don't want to be dragging everything as it should. Do you know what you have to...
I know everything I need to. I can do it.
Red, white, don't
Put
be
away
that
your
guy.
things here. It's easier to serve with a lighter load. You can wait in the cubbyhole for the servants.
Hopefully there's not too much of me having to
The
do
city
stuff.
reserves are in urgent need of new weapons. Unverzüglich.
There are the
Our
pictures of
current
wine.
Waffenarsenal is a joke.
Hopefully I won't
And on
splash
top of
anyone's
that,
shoes.
The army was requisitioning
boy,
from it.
a full cup of
Should
monastery
the town
wine.
reserve have worse weapons than any räuber in the domain?
What are you getting at, Eldris?
I'm saying that the bandits who freed Hinnick, the Dry Devil, used that thing. That
Come now, waiter.
Hackenbush
I wanted red.
hand cannon. Can you believe it? Where did they get them?
You're the one who should know where they got them, since you're a gunsmith.
What are you implying, Friedrich? All I'm saying is
Come
that
now,
they
waiter.
had them.
I wanted
Herrgott.
red.
It is eine Schande when outlaws have better weapons than the
Sir?
city garrison. And Herr König surely knows this too.
Thank you, waiter.
What is it, Eldris? You smell a deal?
What I smell is that your stubborn heads do not realize what Schwierigkeiten this is. The Dry Devil is running free. There are Raubritter everywhere in the region. We have the army bearing down,
Waiter,
and you
get
want
me
to
white.
defend yourselves with a few rusty halberds.
And who is it you want to fight, exactly? The merciful King Sigismund is providing us with protection, isn't he?
It's not that long ago that some bandits burned
Hey,
down
where's my
Bohunowitz.
whites?
Nobody dealt with them. Or as far as I know,
Why
even
can't I pour?
started investigating.
Sir?
The König has his own concerns at home, and one day he will
Well,
withdraw
thank
his
the
army.
Quiet! The king may turn up at any moment. What if he heard you?
What then?
I know he's supposed to
We're
stay
sitting
dry,
atop
but
the
I think it'll
biggest
be
silver
funny.
heap in the kingdom, and we're supposed to defend it with brooms?
Why is there a
You're
dog
right,
in here?
Eldris. But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
We can always confiscate the property
pour
of
me
the
some
king's
monastery wine.
enemies. Nicht wahr?
We are more than familiar with the jämmerlich state of our armory. And the king is surely aware of it as well. Maybe if he waived some of the taxes?
The king fears
Monastery
that this
wine
town
here.
will rise against him. He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a
Sir?
preparation for war.
So you suggest we just wait
Well,
with arms crossed
the
for the Raubritter to wreak havoc all around?
We can always ask the king to bring order to the realm with his army.
But then the Dörfler will rise up.
I'm afraid I see no solution of the current situation. We shall wait and see what His Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe we can change his mind. Vielleicht?
I'd like to report to the honorable council
Come here,
on the cleanliness
friend,
of the
and
city
bring that red
and the
with
state
you.
of the public baths.
You mean baths or brothels?
Isn't it the same thing?
So, the
sorry,
cleanliness of the city is
Orders
not
from above.
what it should be.
You can
The
keep
current
that
baths in the
slop.
city fall
I'm
far
the
short
biggest
of
wine
covering what the
connoisseur
citizens
in
need.
town.
You're right, Jerome. But a woman named Betty has showed up on Hopbrink and wants to repair the baths that used to be there.
She's a protege of Maresh.
You there, a
Her
word.
efforts are commendable, but I don't think she will succeed. It takes a firm hand, a soft, feminine fingers.
A moment ago, you were complaining there weren't enough
Sure.
baths.
Act like you're deaf.
Shouldn't we support her?
Something like this is better handled by trustworthy people.
like my friend, bathhouse proprietor Adam. The need for cleanliness and citizens' health should not be underestimated.
Nor overestimated. If someone needs to wash, there's a river just a few steps from the city walls.
Certainly. And they can get leeches there
Waiter,
for free as well.
pour me red wine.
And while he's there, a man can shave and take a... you-know-what.
So what? Going to the baths is neither a civic duty nor a right.
Have you forgotten the Black Death?
Sir?
A great many people died needlessly.
Are you questioning God's plan? The Black Death had nothing to do with the baths. Unless the
drop
Lord
of
wishes
wine.
to punish
Don't
the
make me
wickedness
beg.
that's going on in there.
Keeping the city clean is important, but we don't have money to spare. Arguing about who is going to wash where and how is a waste of time.
It's only a waste
I think
of
it's
time
funny.
because we're
That's
always
the way.
arguing about the same thing.
Not at all. If you'd finally admit that it's a trifle, we wouldn't have to keep coming back to it.
A trifle? Do you ever walk the streets here? Sewage, rats, slop, and rubbish. The least we can do for the citizens is to provide them with a place to wash up.
What nonsense! Next, you'll want me to serve wine to everyone for free, too.
Why not? In Jerome Nas's earthly paradise, everything would be free.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Gentlemen, let's agree to disagree. What if the king heard us?
I got word that Rutard has pulled off another deed.
That's nothing unusual. That old weasel will never accept that the city isn't run his way, at least until His Majesty honors us with his visit.
Tokai!
And as
That's a
we
full
know,
cup.
Gunslin absolutely hates him.
He can hate all he wants, as long as he does no damage. Ulrich, what have you got to say about it?
Me? Well, I'm not sure what...
Hey, where's my wife?
Oh, shit! You know full well.
Sir?
Everybody knows. He wiped the floor with you.
Compose yourself, Adam, and stop drinking. The king might come any time now.
That's right. Let's not burden the anointed monarch
Boy,
with such...
I'd like some white.
Me? Compose myself? Me? I beg your pardon. I demand that you...
Ruhe!
Sir?
Franz, please continue.
I'm speaking about the Rutard incident.
Thank you, waiter.
You were there, weren't you?
Oh, that. Just a small misunderstanding. We've sorted it out and everything's settled.
My ears must be deceiving me. Are you defending Rutard? Besides, if his men attacked yours, as I've heard, then
I
we have a
fancy some
good reason to
Tokai.
punish him.
Refill,
What
boy.
happened there? Leave nothing out.
I don't like Rutard, true, but in this case it really was nothing.
Sir?
Everyone in the city gossipped about it. I heard
Well,
there were several dead.
Did you? That's grossly exaggerated. I don't think Rutard will cause any trouble. He is sensible enough not to draw attention to himself while the king is here.
That's true. Because if we don't do something about him, the king himself will put an end to him, and soon.
Unless he puts an end to us first. God knows what he wants to tell us.
If nothing happened, there's no point in dwelling on it.
This is a
Let's move
mess.
on.
I got that guy almost drunk.
Things have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels. It's not only barbaric, but also illegal. If we tolerate this, the rabble in the city will go wild
I'd like
and do
some
whatever they want.
monastery wine.
I suspect
Refill my
the gentleman
cup,
from
boy.
the city's sword-fighting school brought this custom to us. It's now run by the German Menhard. Who knows who that fellow is?
Don't be ridiculous, Forsooker.
Come now,
You act like
waiter.
you've never
I
been in a
wanted
fight
red.
yourself. And to
Sir?
accuse a swordsmaster without a shred of proof.
Don't hang around
We're
me.
not some old
Vanish,
fishwives
hear
in the
me?
marketplace.
So you will just leave it be?
Proven offences are punished by the bailiff. And that's that.
Waiter!
There are more pressing matters to deal with.
More pressing than the open contempt of the whole town garrison. The guards are apparently settling accounts their own way. We'll soon be the laughing stock of the whole town.
You can rest assured the whole town is already laughing at us all day long.
Refill, sir.
Do you think I come to the council just to guzzle wine?
What can I help you with, sir?
I left my gloves in the chapel. I took them off to pray, but then I rushed here and forgot to take them. I can't just get up and walk out now. But if you disappear for a little while...
I really shouldn't, sir.
A fine servant you are.
We'll never get anywhere like this. Why waste our time?
Since there is the eternal dispute over the cathedrals, the
Oh,
building
the-
of the church is dragging on, and in the meantime, they are calling diocesan pilgrimages to settlers, right under our noses. It's just a village with a monastery, and they are going to make a royal mining city. Why can't we build faster? Hire more craftsmen.
I'll have a
with
cup of
tips.
white. Because those so-called craftsmen are a band of parasites. You pay them, they come late, or report sick. And if they do come, their
Sir?
work is shit, and you have to pay someone else to put it right.
About time.
It's a waste of time. I tell you, a waste of time.
Adam, don't interrupt the proceedings with your drunken ranting, even if you are in the right. And as for you, Endelin, haven't you noticed there's a war going on? Are the experts from far off supposed to work in a city under siege?
Oh, this is boring.
Besides,
Waiter,
I get the
pour
feeling
me
there's
red
something
wine.
other than the welfare of the city behind your complaints.
Oh, you do?
Should be able to point
And what
poison
would
everything.
that be?
Like, for instance, that you'd like to have your
Sir?
altar there?
So what if I would?
Hold your horses,
Good.
gentlemen.
Now run along.
That space in the side nave is mine.
Then hell freezes over, my friend. Your place is at least 2 steps behind mine.
A swordsmith dares to insult me? Ha! I think not.
Excuse me? You wanted to buy yourself an altar in the cathedral.
Boy, I'd like some
Just
white.
like you bought yourself a seat in this council.
How dare you? I acquired my seat for the services our guild provided and still provides to the
Sir?
crown.
Well, I hope you're not supplying equipment to the
Thank
army.
you, waiter.
If that's all they have, they would be defeated by that bunch of ne'er-do-wells from the alehouse on Hopbrink.
What ne'er-do-wells?
Those wrestlers of theirs, of course. People from the whole town go to watch them brawl.
Oh,
I think we're going to get to see Sigismund for the first
Because it
time.
has all been sorted out. Not long ago, the guards raided and threw
Which is
them
cool.
all
Like,
out.
he's just been in name for
yes,
2
I
games.
had
Now we'll
forgotten.
be able to put a face
What
to
do
him.
we have to discuss next?
I'm telling you, something is being planned. Oh, I doubt it. No one's gonna tackle Rootard.
Move. We get to put a face to it. Oh, look at this freaking guy. Uh-oh.
You have nothing to fear. Not you.
He will die soon.
Like this band of fools!
Huh. He has such beautiful gingery hair. Oh my god, he's like what's his name? Or her name? God, I can't think of the name. I'm not sure why he's
Come now,
on.
Father. Put a little life into your dying. Seen more cheerful priests at funerals.
I'd rather be at one than here. I hoped I'd never see this fortress again in my life.
Unpleasant memories?
You have no idea. I didn't part ways with my father on entirely good terms. 20 years ago.
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser. At your Ujit's parish, you spread the word of God to your flock, and you saved my neck and Henry's too. I'd say your father should be proud of you.
None of that matters a damn to him.
Who knows? Maybe that 20 years has changed a thing or two.
You know what? Let's drop the subject. Who's that French fellow you brought here from Malashov?
The great Baron Brabant. Been everywhere, knows everything, and has the keys to half the kingdom. He's got more fairy tales than my old nanny.
Can he be trusted?
He's a blabbermouth, but a harmless one. Besides, he defended Kuttenberg, and you know how that went. If he were on Sigismund's side, he'd hardly have been locked up with me.
Do you know any of the guests here?
Most of them I'm seeing for the first time in my life. It's a pretty varied company. We've had bandits, nobles, burghers, a priest, and even a rabbi coming together here. It's like the start of some joke.
Wait a moment. Rabbi, you say? The Kuttenberg rabbi?
Yeah. He came with a retinue. But for now, they're keeping mostly to themselves. Maybe you should go and welcome some of them. After all, this used to be your home. And you're a spiritual man too, so you should have something in common.
I wouldn't be too sure. But I suppose I can try. What do you plan to do now you're a free man again?
What do you think? Get drunk, woo one of the local wenches, and wake up in the morning with no hose and a head like a church bell.
Have you perchance forgotten we're supposed to be deciding the future of the kingdom here?
I'll leave that to the older and wiser. And duller.
Dear me. I'd rather creep off into some corner with a full wineskin. But I suppose I'll have to introduce myself to the rest of the guests, eh?
Indeed you should. After all, you are one of the lords of Rabosh.
Oh, don't start with that. I'd like to steer clear of the old man as long as I can.
In that case, you should sound out Radzig and Hanush and find out what they're actually planning.
I've got a hankering for her just talking about her. I reckon.
Good health to you, sir. I'm Godwin. A friend of that lad you arrived with, Henry. We don't know each other.
Baron Vauquelin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo.
Ugh.
The last of my
I
line.
don't want to
I am
talk
a
to
warrior,
him.
a traveler, a strategist, and also, à ma manière, a poet.
My word. Isn't that exhausting?
Mais non! And I'm glad to meet a new friend.
I'm not looking for friends.
I beg your pardon, but I'm not looking to make friends here.
But you seek allies, no? Is it not in a sense the same thing? The friend of my friend is also my friend, and you say you know Henri, a likable boy, although he could still learn quite a lot from moi-même.
How did you end up imprisoned in Malashov?
Ah, c'est une histoire compliquée. It was after I heroically led the defense of Kuttenberg, and only lost it narrowly by an unfortunate turn of events.
That needs some explanation. What unfortunate turn of events?
Oh, misère. It is clear you have never been to war.
You're quite mistaken, Monsieur Baron. I have.
Ah, je suis désolé. This Bohemia is a strange land. I have seen farmhands, children, and even women fighting. But the clergy? Sainte Mère, do tell me about it. No doubt you fought on the side of truth and honor.
The last time was at Nabokov. And I'd be happy not to have to repeat it.
Ah, indeed. I have heard it was a very unequal fight.
That's a fact. No one was expecting von Bergo to turn up with that diabolical invention.
Diabolical, perhaps. But in my opinion, it shall be the future of warfare. Perhaps one day the generals will sit back drinking wine, while such devices shall wage war for them.
Do you reckon the defense of Kuttenberg would have gone better if you had them? Where have you been on your travels? Have you seen the ocean?
But of course! I was born by the sea. If you are interested in my greatest journeys, then I have traveled with a merchant caravan all the way to the Ottoman Empire. And if you are interested in my greatest deed, then that was perhaps saving the life of the King of France.
And you wouldn't by any chance know the Pope, personally?
Which one do you mean? I spoke briefly with Boniface IX when I was sojourning in Rome. A pleasant fellow.
How come almost nobody here knows you?
I am operating, as they say. Incognito.
Oh,
my
yeah.
great benefit is my
He's so-
strong connection with the French court. There,
Jesus.
everyone knows my name. Here in Bohemia, I'm still building my reputation, slowly, but surely.
I can't listen to his French poetry.
Good to see you, friend. Jesus Christ.
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect to find among Christians representatives of your community. I'm Godwin. My greetings to you.
Peace be with you. Neither would one expect a priest here. And yet...
How do you know I'm a priest?
It's not difficult to tell. After all, we have much in common. And we are both a little on unfamiliar ground here. I'm Yehuda, leader of the rabbinical court in the sacred community of Gutenberg. And this is Samuel, my aide.
Who would rather not be here at all. Why did we have to come here, Sadie? Can you not see everyone is staring at us?
Because we all need to help each other in this time of need. And why would they not stare when you are frowning so?
Are you here to arrange some trade?
We have more serious matters to attend to here than gaining a few groschen. The situation in the town and the kingdom is unsustainable. The whole land is on the brink of destruction. You have men and weapons. We have the means to sustain them.
Why are you telling this to a Koimer? You wanted to deliver what we brought to the Margrave and quickly leave.
Everything in good time, Samuel. We have just arrived, after all.
Did you come to lend money to the lords?
Not to lend, but to give. Help given to the needy is repaid only by God.
You don't even know if you can trust them. With that money, we could have paid mercenaries ourselves.
You remind me of my young friend Henry. He's a bit of a hothead too.
Henry? That messenger of Radzig Copula?
You know each other. You're both around the same age.
That would be him. But we did not get off to a very good start.
Well, maybe you'll get to know each other better. He should be coming here later, by the way. For a young stripling, he's been through plenty. It's not so long since his parents were killed in Skalitz. He was supposed to become a blacksmith, and instead, he's roaming the world, risking his neck at every turn.
Wait, a blacksmith, you say? From Skalitz?
Aye, that's right. Did you know anyone there?
I knew of someone. A blacksmith by the name of Martin.
My daughter knew him most, and that is why Samuel is in this world. For our numerous sins.
Oh my god.
Maybe he
They're
was
brothers.
my father, but he certainly didn't act like one. Ma raised me on her own.
And that
Whoa.
was all for the best.
Why? He should have taken care of me, but instead he fathered another bastard.
Don't make hasty judgments. As far as I know, Martin didn't have any other children. At least, none of his own. He took in Henry, and raised him as his own, on the orders of the Lord of Skalitz, Sir Radzik Kobila, Henry's real father.
I don't care if he took care of 20 other Mamsas.
That boy's blood father denied him, just like yours did to you.
A person can't choose their parents. And Henry only found out about it recently.
Enough. I'd rather have a drink. Will you have one too, Zayde?
For that, there will be more suitable times.
Excuse me. I'd better not drink.
Better communion wine than kosher, is it?
Womp womp.
Dear friends and allies, in these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary, and here, too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess.
Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That whole sun won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing?
I'm not going to die.
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Well, that went just as expected. Good health.
And to yours. Could it have gone any other way when there's so many of us here?
I would have expected a bit more sense from Jobst, of all people. He made an amateur's mistake. But it's hard to be angry with him when he's trying to ingratiate himself with everyone. By the way, I'm John of Liechtenstein. And you must be Godwin, the son of...
That's not a thing I've ever boasted of. How do you know that?
I have my sources. From what I've heard about you, I'd judge you could be quite useful to me at today's gathering.
Is that so?
Indeed. And that's why I'd like to ask something of you.
It depends what it's all about.
A little delicate diplomacy. I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan has certain shortcomings?
That's a weak word.
And the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support of the council. But I have an idea how to change that.
Well, I'm curious how you hope to shut Zizka up and satisfy the ones who want peace.
We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund withdraws of his own volition, as Jobst proposes, but we'll be waiting in the military camp of our huge new army.
If Sigismund decides to mount an attack on the camp, it'd be a massacre.
Ah, but it won't. Sigismund's army is demoralized and weakened. And besides, he's running out of resources. He's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves, but he won't engage an equal force on the battlefield.
But he can't retreat either. That would be a disgrace.
And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called back to Hungary by events there. For the plan to work, we need allies, their money and their determination. We've already set the ground for it. We just need negotiators who will push the right people in the right direction.
Are you saying you set everything in motion even before Jobst?
More like in parallel, but without his knowledge. If we find support and make it look like the whole thing was his idea, we'll all win.
Why are you doing all this anyway?
Because I want to put a stop to the senseless deaths. And also because I'm happier with Wenceslas on the Bohemian throne.
You've got an interesting way of approaching things.
You're certainly not the first to tell me that. I take it as a compliment.
I'll help you. What exactly should I do?
I'll give you 3 names. Botchek of Kunstadt, Haman Alder, and Anna of Waldstein. If you can get those 3 on our side, we've won the day. Meanwhile, I'll take care of Jobst.
Sensing treachery.
Tell me a bit more about those people, so I know who I'm dealing with.
Certainly. Who do you want to start with?
Botchek of Kunstadt. I know the name, but I can't quite place him.
That's just the thing. He's got massive estates, great influence, but he holds back. He doesn't play the big game, because he doesn't like to take risks. He always goes for the sure thing. But once he's made his mind up, not even a pair of oxen will hold him back.
Alder the Alderman. Wasn't he a Kuttenberg councillor?
He still is. The only one who retained his position after the city was taken. Only he's here, instead of cozying up with Sigismund in Kuttenberg. So his days in the council are numbered. But he'll continue to have a strong influence on the guilds and the rich burghers. And that's why we need him.
Anna of Waldstein. The widow of that rich mine owner. What was his name?
Wenzel Bartosz. And I'm not surprised you forgot.
I was quite surprised to see her here. Assemblies like this are more of a...
A male affair? So far, Godwin, so far. Anna is holding back and behaving like an exemplary young widow. But don't trust appearances. She's got claws, she knows how to do her sums, and she certainly has no love lost for Sigismund.
And what use can she be to us? Apart from her late husband's money, of course.
She's as sharp as they come when it comes to trade. And she knows a thing or two about diplomacy. There are wicked tongues that claim Bartosz acquired most of his wealth thanks to her. And that it was thanks to her that he died, too.
Interesting. Why me?
Why me, of all people?
Because you've got a head on your shoulders. You know how to talk, and you're not just out for your own good. You and your friend Henry are similar in that respect. That's why I know I can count on you both. There aren't many like you two left.
Fair.
What if it doesn't work?
I refuse to even consider that outcome.
I'll get on.
I wish us...
I'd rather discuss those alliances sober.
Yeah, I'm not drinking. I don't see the point.
I'll
Okay.
tell you, nobody has the likes of these.
Not even Bocek? I'd like to check your horses out and see if they're as good as you say.
Pah, even better. But you won't believe it until you see for yourself.
And you might not believe your eyes when you do see them. Well, well, we have a new guest.
I wanted to...
You wanted to apologize for crashing into my home without it by your leave. Or to harass my guests some more?
I want to have a word with Older.
Well, I'm having a word with you.
I'll talk to you later.
I'll talk to you later, Father. This is important.
You're in my home, so you'll talk to me first. What is it you want?
Is that your...
Unfortunately. Speak up, then. What are you doing here?
We'll talk later and in private. Right now, we have more important things to attend to.
Don't try my patience.
Why so strict, Martin?
20 years ago, he was nothing but a cheeky brat, only interested in wenches and booze. I got him a place at the Archbishopric to have some sense beaten into his head. Only it wasn't long before they kicked him out. And then, I find out he's settled in some backwater parish in Sassau. But he took his boozing and whoring along with him, lost everything, and then came creeping home again. Huh?
Try saying it again a little louder. They might not have heard you in the outer courtyard.
You have the impertinence to show me your face after the way you disgraced our whole family?
I wouldn't set foot here if I had a choice. Better to be a priest in some backwater than have a father like you.
How dare you?
Come at me,
You're
bro.
as shit a father as I am a son. We've got nothing to blame each other for. And now let me speak to Older.
You're dishonoring your host.
I can't dishonor someone who has no honor. If you had any, you'd be...
That's enough.
Christopher.
You won't get away with those insults. I challenge you to a duel.
I'm not happy about it, but I accept. This isn't how I imagined my first meeting with my brother.
Make room for us. We'll just settle a very private matter. It's an honorable duel, man against man. Stay back.
Cover your right side! You've got a gap there I can drive a cart through! Swing with your whole arm, not just your wrist!
That was sneaky. What the...
Left arm lower!
Sacre! You're fast. They
You don't
teach you
know
that
which
in the
end of
seminary?
that thing is up.
You son of a bitch!
Look in my eyes, not at my sword. Stand firm.
Can you
Otherwise,
not be
the
an
first
absolute
strike will
frickin'...
put you on your arse. What's wrong
They
with
teach
your
you that
legs?
in the seminary? That was sneaky. Enough. That will do.
God be with you, neighbor.
My God. Where did you learn to wield a sword like that? Father always said you were a good-for-nothing boozer. But you could teach sword fighting in a school.
Mm-hmm.
I was in a war. Right after they kicked me out of the Archbishopric. And you ought to know yourself. Not all the faults that Father sees are real.
Aye. Well, I apologize for going off like that.
Mm-hmm.
I had to, so that...
So Father would be satisfied. I know. Only he'll never be satisfied. And the sooner you realize that, the better.
I thought he was the way he was because his first son let him down. And he hoped at least his second would become something.
And still no luck.
And no luck again, eh? When I was 6 years old, I fell off a horse and broke my leg. He wouldn't talk to me for a week because I'd let him down.
The first time he took me hunting, he let me starve for 3 days until I was able to shoot my first hare.
Only 3 days? He got soft.
I always wondered who you were. There was never much talk about you at home.
Look, I really did fuck up everything I could. I brawled and boozed until they threw me out of my own parish. But now, I have a chance to put things to rights a little.
And that's why you want to talk to Alder?
I've got to get him on our side and to cooperate with us.
Aren't we all on the same side?
Maybe everyone's saying that. But it's time to put it into action.
After your encounter with Father, it won't be easy to get to Alder. Actually, I don't think you should even attempt it. Unless you want to anger Father even more.
What else can I do, though?
I'll talk to him myself. He'll hear me out for sure. But you'll have to trust me. And tell me what it's all about.
All right, then. You've heard Yob's plan, right? It's a nice idea, but we can't wait around without an army to back us up.
Only no one's going to pay for one, because that would be an outright admission of rebelling against Sigismund.
Alder's got some clout with the councillors and burghers who are loyal to Sigismund. If he agrees, they'll follow.
I expect Alder's not the only one you're after.
You got that right.
Leave Alder to me. The plan sounds sensible, and he's no fool.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can drag me to a tavern sometime. Pa doesn't need to know about it.
You're starting to sound like a brother.
Okay.
Look out!
You check your sip, boy. I just whooped your ass. Alright. Poor chicken.
I'd love to take her for a ride. My thoughts exactly. And while we're at it, her arse ain't too bad either. Angering for her just talking about her.
Goodness. Where the hell is she?
They're without honor.
We're trying to forge an alliance.
Sir Bocek, I need to speak with you for a moment.
A man hardly puts his cup to his lips, and someone comes along to put a flea in his ear. Yobs comes up with a plan as full of holes as a beggar's shoes, and now you're all jostling to win me over for him.
On the contrary, I've come here with an idea how to improve it.
Does that improvement include a few thousand men-at-arms? If not, you can go to the devil with it.
A few thousand men-at-arms as a convincing argument. And 100 horsemen on top. Only in order to get them, we need coin.
You've got my attention, but not my money yet.
How can I persuade you?
I need guarantees of security. I don't want to end up like Rutard.
Of course. Once it comes to protecting property, ideals go out the window.
You can talk, since you haven't got a pot to piss in yourself. If you were in my position, you'd think differently. I have a lot of property, lots of subjects to look after, and along with that, the Lord blessed me with a large family. I can't risk it all in a conflict with Sigismund.
So you need guarantees that you won't be left standing in the cold if you openly oppose Sigismund.
My guarantee is called Yitka. She's my niece. If I succeeded in marrying her off to another strong house, I'll have the certainty that I won't be left alone.
Maybe it's enough to find a suitable groom among the allies.
Perhaps someone of suitable standing who Yitka would also gladly accept. I don't want her to be unhappy.
Okay. Ooh. Capon?
How about young Lord Capon?
He's a youngster still.
What's wrong with him? He's young, he's handsome, women are fighting over him. Yitka will like him, and he'll give her a whole bunch of children.
And to half the wenches in his domain too, eh? On the other hand, the Lords of Lipa have a good reputation, and Hanush can always be relied on, despite his temper. Maybe it's not such a bad idea.
I'll convey your offer to Lord Capon. If he agrees, we can celebrate our alliance.
I don't care what the young lord thinks. Hanush is the one to decide. If he agrees, I'll be happy to support your plan.
Pushing a friend to tie the knot to save the kingdom. Things have come to a pretty pass.
The kingdom will not forget his sacrifice. Now stop dilly-dallying and go and tell Hanush.
Oof. Poor Capon. I wish I could see his daughter first before I made this. Is she down here?
Take a look at that. A nightingale surrounded by hawks.
It's quite unusual to see him cornered like this.
Poor Capon. Oh, that's the lady I have to speak to. Where's Capon?
I've got some good news and some bad news for you.
The bad news is there's hardly any females in this whole damned place. There's some old bat standing there with two young girls, but she watches over them like a mother hen. So at least tell me the good news.
You're going to get married.
Good one.
Oh, God.
Is she at least pretty?
I don't know. I've never seen her.
You're really a barrel of laughs, Godwin. Wait till Hanush hears this. Now, enough nonsense. Let's have a drink to your health and my freedom.
To your health.
I'll have a drink with him. So I guess she's not here? Okay. Okay, this is the one they're talking about.
Sir Hanush, I bring happy tidings.
You do? Let's hear it then.
Young Lord Capon is going to get married.
If he's got some impoverished noble's daughter pregnant, I'll have his hide. I'm not going to support some bastard.
You misunderstood my meaning. I was the one who arranged the betrothal. I mean, with your blessing.
You arranged a marriage for my ward? Just like that? With who?
With the niece of Sir Butchek, Lord of Kunstadt. Her name's Yitka.
Butchek of Kunstadt? The Butchek of Kunstadt? Godwin, you conniving old bastard!
Oh, fuck.
I don't believe it. So, young Hans is to marry Kunstadt's daughter?
Niece.
If you're serious, I'll make sure that you get the Rattay parish.
Or you could make me the abbot of Sassa. Or what about a bishopric?
Forget it. Soon I'll be paying for a wedding. Not a word to Hans. I want to tell him myself.
Oh.
But let's drink to it, shall we?
Cheers!
Cheers to you! And to your parlaying skills!
I don't refuse, you know, a good friend like this. I'm gonna be drunk. This is bad. Okay, we're in trouble now.
exactly why we mustn't push too...
Sir Bocek, your niece Yivka can start preparing for her wedding.
So Hanush agreed, without reservations.
Indeed.
Then I will fulfill my end of the bargain without reservation.
Thank you, Lord of Kunstad.
Enough formality. We'll have a drink. What do you say?
No.
Thank you, but I'd rather not drink. The evening has just begun.
A beer! Taking their time again.
God be with you, noble lady. There's something I'd like to ask of you.
God be with you. What would that be?
Your diplomatic support. And your money.
No beating around the bush, eh? I like that. But what do you want my money for?
Margrave Yob's plan has some gaps, milady. We need to gather enough resources to...
To muster an army that Margrave can't afford on his own?
Christ. Be praised. You're astute.
I should say so. All sorts of people have their eyes on my money, and divining their intentions is a necessity. Although, between the two of us, it isn't hard to figure out what Liechtenstein is after.
Hit the nail on the head again, Mom. You're well informed.
I am rarely mistaken.
I'd say you have a better nose for people than most of this crowd.
Not only for people, but also for good food and wine. And beneficial deals.
Then you're in the right place. This occasion provides all of those things.
The wine here is average. The cooks lack imagination. And I have yet to hear any interesting offers. So, to the point. What is it that Liechtenstein wants from me?
Nothing more than support and resources for an army to parley more effectively with Sigismund.
Nothing more? I'd say that's plenty. And why ask me for help? Why should I, of all people, take the risk?
It's not only your money we're interested in. You're well able to negotiate and trade. And if you were to take part in our plan...
Then I'd be helpful to you on two fronts. If you want me to support you, you must give me a good reason. Perhaps a favor in return.
Do you have something in particular in mind?
Well, one of the guests here has something that shouldn't get into the wrong hands.
Who's that?
Harmon Alder. Now, if you were to switch these papers for the ones he brought with him, I would support your proposal.
And these papers I'm supposed to switch, what do they concern?
My relatives somehow dug up some trade contracts between myself and certain undesirable parties.
You were dealing with the enemy.
They were not the enemy at the time. My conscience is clear, but I'll rest easier when those papers are in my hands.
And the papers I'm supposed to plant on Alder?
Just insignificant documents. If the incriminating ones disappeared without a trace, it would arouse suspicion.
All right, I'll help you. Or at least I'll give it a try.
Alder will surely have the papers in his saddlebags, which he left in the shed on the outer courtyard. Bring them to me, and put these there instead. But watch yourself.
Okay.
Odorim's groom has eyes everywhere.
Okay. I need to get going, so we gotta get a save in here quickly.
Hmm?
Careful with those groschen, my friend.
I've got those papers from Alder for you.
Quiet! You don't have to announce it to everyone.
Lady, with all the clamor going on here, I can hardly hear my own thoughts. Here they are.
You're more capable than I expected. Thanks for the help.
You're welcome. And now you're part of the bargain.
As agreed. I will support Liechtenstein's proposal with both words and money.
Thank you, noble lady. God will...
Yes, quite. But let's drink to our bargain, Godwin.
I think we're about done.
How could I refuse a toast with such a fine lady? To your health, Lady Anna.
It
And
fits
to
his
the
character.
success of our efforts.
Alright. Yeah, it fits his character. Like, he wouldn't turn down a drink with a lady.
Gentlemen, I think we can raise our goblets to the successful conclusion of the negotiations.
Is this supposed to be your secret weapon?
Like I said, miracles happen where you least expect them. Tell me, Godwin of the House of Odorin, what news do you bring us?
I bring nothing from the House of Odorin. But the widow of Waldstein and Sir Bocek of Kunstadt will support our cause.
Both of them. Good heavens, what did you promise them?
This is going to be a long story, and I could use a drink. So if you'll excuse me, my lords?
Hopefully this doesn't come back to haunt me.
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed. And I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord. But we will wait with an army at our backs.
Yes! And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the balbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians. Our community, and not only ours, will give you coin.
The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslas, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
My niece, Yitka, will take young Lord Capon as her husband.
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out immediately. God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas.
I'm of two minds. I hope either she's really pretty and a wonderful wife, or she's like terrible and it's super hilarious.
After we conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately.
God damn it.
And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
What do you mean, sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything?
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence, we cannot punish them.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere, point them to the Jewish quarter, and give them free rein to do anything. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wencesla's side. They need a warning.
We do not even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see, all you have to do is make sure the city rabble get their share. You could at least manage that, couldn't you? And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylanders this way, forget about it. Your debts will remain, up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us directly. And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants! Chicken shits! Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
And drunks! Give them hell! Lazy fools, the lot of them.
How dare you?
Some of you are even swelling right here in the city council meeting. This is unbelievable.
Remove this swill pot from the hall immediately.
I'm telling the truth. This whole council is a farce. The whole city knows it.
Lord of Sargitz, your insolence just cost you your place on the council, and a month in the dungeon.
But...
Hopefully that'll be enough for him to sober up. And if not, put him in the pillory for a while, bailiff.
I'll see to it as soon as the council is over, Your Majesty.
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results? None. I therefore place the city council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present here, with immediate effect. He will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence! I am the only guarantor of your rights. You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets. And let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I am capable of creating order. And I assure you, I do not distinguish between those who stand in my way. Be they beggars, noblemen, or city councillors. You have 2 weeks to restore order in the city and increase mining output. I want clear results, and you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz now. No one else. The council is dismissed. You, don't go anywhere, boy. Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become rather dry. And we still wish to speak with our friend von Aulitz.
Yes, sire. As you wish, sire.
Between the two of us, Marquardt, was I not perhaps too harsh on them? And speak candidly. We have had enough of false flattery.
Sire, you were harsh, but rightfully so. These councillors, they need to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true of the Jews.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably...
He is giving me naughty looks.
Boy, can't you see the King's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm. Boy, pour us a monastic wine. The monks had a good year. We have concerns, friend. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries? They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wenceslas' reign brought to us. With a single word...
Sorry, Yahi, I'm trying to tie it up. I know we have to go.
God grant him eternal glory.
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here.
Yeah, he is right. The game did save. I didn't see it. All right, everybody. We'll be back to speak with the king and listening on his conversation when I have a little bit more time. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and all that goodness. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.